everybody, it's Craig O'Boyle here coming at you with another episode of the Real Estate Shed Show, my little O'Boyle Real Estate Group podcast. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to talk about something today that's in the line of personal growth, but also has a little bit of a connection to real estate. Hail, specifically mental hail. Hail is basically ice balls that fall from the sky born of a thunderstorm. Mental hail is a little different. Mental hail specifically is distractions that come at you that take you off focus and away from your goals. And what I want to talk about today is what thunderstorm brings the greatest amount of mental hail. Well, truthfully, it's this little device that we all carry, the smartphone. And I want to talk today about how to hopefully beat that mental hail and achieve your goals, basically. So, mental hail, the biggest way it comes from your cell phone, it comes in the forms of things like text, email, social media, mass media, games, and believe it or not, calls that can be made on this thing as well. So while it's important, I live in my cell phone, I'm sure you do too. It's something that makes life efficient, makes tasks easier to accomplish. I mean, it's a great, fantastic tool if used right. But you have to protect your brain from the assault that comes from this thunderstorm coming over the ridge and dropping those things on your brain. So, I want to talk about the tools that I use to do just that. First of all, one of the things that I try to do when I get a new app or I get something on my phone that has the potential to distract me is I try to silence notifications from it. Specifically, I don't want this thing beeping, I don't want this thing buzzing, I don't want it ringing, I don't want to do anything during times that I am trying to be specifically focused. There are some apps on my phone that never notify me of anything. I have to go into them if I want to know something. The next thing to do with this is use the 5-second rule. Now, I'm not talking about the rule we all know where if you drop some food on the ground and you pick it up for 5 seconds, it's supposedly still good to eat. I'm talking about a rule created by a gal named Mel Robbins, who wrote a book titled The 5-Second Rule. It's a great book, and basically the summary of that rule is when you get distracted or you get off task, take control of your brain, go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, move, and get back on task. It's a tip that will scientifically get you out of distractions. So it's a great rule, great book you should check out. Next, I want to talk about time blocking. All of these suckers come with a calendar app. I live in my calendar. I mean, it is so important to my day. But specifically, I actually block times to do things that matter to me, to accomplish certain things that are goals, to do things like get out and have fun, ride my bike, to do things with the family that are important and stuff like that. These calendar blocks are mostly sacrosanct to me. Now, that doesn't mean that sometimes I don't have to change it, but use the calendar. You carry this thing around, use the technology. There's other apps on this phone, and I think it's important to find apps on your phone that enhance your focus or help you grow as a person or help you get towards attaining your goals. You're going to use this thing, use good apps. Number one for me is Audible. Audible is basically an audiobook app that allows you to stream in great stuff, great books. The 5-second rule I'm listening to on Audible. I spend a ton of time driving around in my car. When I'm driving around, I don't have the radio on to music, honestly, except for maybe 10% of the time I'm driving. I've got audiobooks. I've got the 5-second rule on. I do this with my kids in the car. You know, I'm growing me, I'm growing them. I am trying to get better. So it's a great app to use. On the fitness apps, there's tons of them out there. Strava is a big one that I use. Strava is an app that allows me to track how far I've ridden, how much elevation gain I've done, how much time I've spent on the bike, and it's actually even got a competition feature because you can track yourself on segments against your past times or against other people that have ridden those. So works really good for something like that. It can be kind of motivational. Let's see, I'm actually going to give a shout out to YouTube. Not because of cat videos or all the other distracting things in there, but you can use YouTube to grow. You can use it to do a lot of different kind of training or learn stuff. Heck, a lot of my mechanic stuff I use in there for my bike, but recently I started using YouTube to do stretching and yoga. I do it in my basement. It's been fantastic. It's gotten me more focused. It's gotten me obviously more flexible, which helps with the athletic pursuits. It's a great resource if used properly with discipline. Another app, and there's tons of them out there, but another app I use pretty heavily is Evernote. Evernote is a note-taking app, and you can do it in lots of forms, but it's great for things like to-do lists, long-term goals, ideas that you might have. Heck, I think my original idea for this podcast was a note I put down in Evernote. So lots of great tools out there. The goal is beating mental hail. And just as a quick review, this sucker is coming over the mountain. This thunderstorm is coming. It's going to drop mental hail on you. So silence your notifications. Use the 5-second rule. Block time in the calendar app for focus. And use apps that enhance that focus, help you get to those goals. Now go be more focused, go reach your goals, and then when you need to upgrade that house, give us a call. We'll be happy to help you. Thanks and have a great day.